Hey everyone, okay, so today I'm going to be talking about what could possibly be, in fact probably is, the biggest eyeshadow primer in the whole world. Here it is, and I'm not even kidding, that is it. 330 mils of eyeshadow primer. I actually got this, I bought this, and I'll show you what they really look like in their original sizes. I bought this because I was just absolutely horrified that you could get a primer that big. And I thought, well, I use a lot of it, so it makes sense. I honestly didn't think it would be that huge. It is gigantic. It is absolutely massive. Now, it's from a company that I hadn't heard of before called P. Louise. And the website's a bit difficult. I found it quite difficult to navigate. Like when you put the shop now bit, it's awkward. But regardless of whether it's awkward or not, it's whether or not the product lives up to its claims. So with regards to this product, and I'll show you what the primer looks like. Now the primers actually come in various different shades, and this is where it gets awkward as well, because they don't actually, on a lot of it, you're like, is this a primer? Is it a concealer? Is it a foundation? Well, it turns out it's pretty much a eyeshadow primer, but can be used as a concealer and I guess as a, as an eyelid primer. Now, if you've got light to medium skin, this is a great all over base, but don't worry if you have deeper skin tones. I'll show you some other colors shortly. Now, the primer works the same that most primers do, in that it allows you to create a clean canvas. Now, if you're like something like me, where at the outside corner of your eyes, there is this discoloration, and it can be really, really awkward when you're applying eyeshadow color, because this can be distracting and it makes you think, hang on, I've done something wrong. And you haven't, it's just those need concealing. This does a great job of doing that. It does give you a completely clean canvas. And eyeshadows do absolutely adhere better, and they absolutely last longer. Now this cost me £70. Now for 330 mils, it is an absolute bargain. I mean, even probably something like 200 quid, it would still be a bargain when you consider how expensive some eyeshadow primers are. Now I also bought a whole set of them in different colors. Let me show you. So you can actually see there are lots of different colors, and including deeper shades for deeper skin tones. They also have a single shade here in white, so you can mix and match. And let me show you the deepest shade here so you can get an idea. So that's the deepest shade, which would be a great eyeshadow primer. In fact, you could also use these as an eyeshadow in themselves. Now there's quite a lot of slip to them, and then they dry down, and then they're there for good. In terms of, are these better or worse than any other eyeshadow primer on the market? The truth is, they're no better and they're no worse. They are cheaper, that's for sure. Now, I've been using Urban Decay ones for years and years and years, and Natasha Denona, which I really like, and they're great. These are cheaper, these are definitely cheaper. I mean, £70 for 330 mils, and I think these retail, these single ones, for about £10 or so. So they are definitely cheaper. Now, you can use these as an under eye concealer. You can use them for contouring and highlighting, and if you shear them down, you could use them as a base, though I do not recommend it for a base or for concealer, because it will not and does not look, actually that's not true. Some people just do not want, some people want a very full coverage look. I do not, and therefore they're not my taste in terms of bases, but in terms of eyeshadow priming, it is pretty extraordinary. I mean, look at that. Biggest thing you're ever going to hold in your hand. Absolute fact there. Or not. Leave it in the comment section below. But really good. Really pleased I got it. Now, pretty much in terms of the selection of this company, it's mainly just eyeshadow primers. There is a couple of eyeshadows and, some bits and pieces, but it's mainly just that. I'm really pleased I got it. This is going to last, well, forever, really, because it's that big. But I will definitely be using it, and I'm glad I got all the additional colors, because it really does help. Because oftentimes when you're using an eyeshadow primer, it can be too light, and because we're not then adding a foundation or a concealer over it, the eyes can sort of stand out, and oftentimes are not in a very attractive way. And this way, with the other eyeshadow primers, if you've got really pale skin, really ivory skin, or you've got the deepest skin, there's something here for you, which is great. So everybody's included, which is really, really nice. Anyway, link in the description bar to this, and I will see you all soon. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.